Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also have a new poem. All right, here we go. Go.
Good job, Luna.
Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I am joined, as always, by my good friends, Chris, playing the Noir detective, human, inquisitive, rogue, wizard, Mannix. Take that sip.
Hello.
Heather, playing the dark death dealer, half-drow, assassin, rogue, Kaless.
Hello.
Rochelle and Reese will be joining us later, I think, hopefully, playing the Deepwater Diva, Triton Bard of Whispers, Gillian. Raymond playing the heedlessly brave Turtle Battle Master Fighter Rogue George. Just the dog.
Played by a dog this evening.
By a dog.
A very cute dog. Hi, Luna.
And courtesy of Reese's character getting getting his character poem, I've also replaced part of his intro spiel, playing the metal-laced Mighty Morphin Hill Dwarf Druid of the Moon, Theron.
That's pretty good.
Joining us.
Yep.
Hopefully in a bit. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. Catch up on previous episodes on my YouTube page, as well as read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com and watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series Crafting Annihilation on Thursday mornings. If you would like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/roguewatson. Shout out to platinum patrons Andrew, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Nick, and Ribzung, and gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy and Yuma, Marcos Did, Vicente, Gilberto, Shane, K, Cert2B, Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, and Sam. Thank you all very much for your support. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord. And for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. And for the first time, so I got another poem from Jason, fan of the show Jason, and the poem does such a good job of recapping what happened last session. I literally didn't even write a recap. Like
Jason, you're making him lazy.
No.
You're
It's good.
Complacent.
It's good
He's
stuff.
gonna be completely useless if you ever don't send him one in a week.
Yeah, I'd be like, where's my poem? Where's my poem, man? Where's my poem? This is absolutely amazing. I really want to. It's too bad that Reese at least is not here for this because it's great. But we're gonna read "Victory in Hrakamar." I did share it to everyone, so you all have it in your journal notes. By Jason Scott. Our heroes achieved another goal. Now Hrakamar has not one fire newt. On those fiends they took a fierce toll and gave the remnants the boot. Kaless, the death dealer without peer, proved at what she does she is the best. Like a fatal shadow she drew near. With one stroke she put fire newts to rest. The half-drow also made a friend in a mischievous method. A fire newt had to meet its end while smoke was blown upon it. Yet though the fire newts fared poorly when they were violently expunged, the striders received more injury as into the forge our heroes plunged. Kaless tried to mount a strider and turned the bird into a raft, while Theron choked to death another, thrusting with his hard, thick shaft.
I feel like we are a influence on it. Like, I don't know if this guy would have made this joke.
George went strider fishing in a burning lava lake. His vigorous whip jerking made head from shoulders separate. All our heroes had some fun as they advanced for the win. Kaless got to ride a chicken. Gillian took a bucket for a spin. An albino dwarf was deranged. Torture had him in an awful fix, but the wretch's attitude was changed with monkey fruit from Dr. Mannix. Mannix's medicinal skill was rewarded at the conclusion. He can now touch fire at will with the gauntlet of Moradin. Theron Saurus had an off day, but the druid too received a lift. Though a high price he might pay, Theron's bones got a metallic gift. Omu ominously awaits, promising great wealth but more dangers. The Forbidden City shall find our band to peril are not strangers. Absolutely phenomenal job.
Yep.
Good job, Jason.
All the recap points.
Yeah, right?
I can see where you're going with this.
Like I honestly, I was like, I'm not even going to write a recap. This is fantastic.
Yep.
I'm not even going to worry about it.
Great.
So
that was really good, Jason.
First thing we need to do is you all leveled up. So after your sojourn in Hrakamar, really all of this underground adventuring, you got a nice long rest in the forge, and you are now level 7. So let's go over. Yeah, let's go over some. And you guys were actually level 6 for shorter time than you were level 5 and 4. So maybe things are looking up for you there. Okay, level 7. Let's go with Manix first. Tell me about your level 7-ness.
Mannix doesn't get a whole lot at level 7. He gets 2 wizard spells. And the ability to cast level 2 wizard spells. So he is taking as his 2 new spells Unseen Servant, which is an invisible butler creature.
Oh yes, you were telling me about this.
Invisible, mindless, shapeless butler creature
that
can't really attack or do anything like combat-wise, but can do anything else.
Okay.
So another non-combat ability.
Yeah. But he can like do anything else. The example that Eric and I were talking about last week was the old like you can get down on all fours behind somebody, and if I push him, then he trips over him.
It's like his invisible friend.
He's an invisible friend. That's right.
Oh Lord.
And he's also got weight, so he can trip traps or whatever.
And it won't hurt him because he's an unseen servant.
That's right. He actually can die, or he can dissipate.
Oh no, I made sure he feels pain. All my creatures actually need to be able to suffer at my hands.
Yeah, he does have 1 hit point. He's got 1 hit point, AC of 10, and a strength of 2.
Modeled after yourself, I see.
That's right. Which a strength of 2 can still, I believe, I was looking this up, I believe the strength of 2 can still lift like 30 pounds. So he's still capable of doing most menial tasks anyway. But yeah, that's that spell. And then Phantasmal. Oh, didn't actually roll the description.
I think there's a checkbox you have to click.
Yeah. All right. Well, Phantasmal Force.
It does a thing.
It does a thing.
Chris, is that your mic that's fucking up? Does anybody else hear that?
I hear it.
I hear it also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Raymond immediately
Everybody stare at Raymond. No, he's back. Okay. I was getting some. Holy crap. There's a description.
There it is. Phantasmal Force. Basically, long story short, it makes a creature believe an illusion is real that only they can see. So I can make him think there's a door where there's no door. I can make him think there's an attacking enemy where there's no attacking enemy. Okay. As long as he fails an intelligence save, he continues to just straight up believe that, and he will justify it if it proves to be untrue. Like if I say there's a door and he accidentally like trips and falls to the door, he'll somehow like justify it in his head. The door must have opened and closed because of course there's a door there.
Okay. This is
I don't control what they do as a result of believing that, but I just make them believe a thing is real.
I assume this is like a concentration thing.
Yeah, this is concentration.
Okay. All right, so you got 2 pain in the ass spells. You're gonna be lobbying
That's
for.
Right. I'm gonna make the DM work.
Sidebar, please.
Make him work for it, Chris.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I got.
Also, just a lot more spell slots now too, right? I mean,
yeah, I now have 4 level 1 spell slots and 2 level 2 spell slots.
Okay.
So it's an increase. Yeah.
Wizardy.
Hit points. I'm gonna roll my d6.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that!
Wow.
A good hit point roll. So I get 6 because I have 0 con.
0 con. Hello, Reese. Glad you could join us.
Hello.
Hey. Which takes me to 39.
Ooh, a gentleman's 39. Very nice. Reese, when you get a chance, I added the recap that fan of the show Jason submitted under the fan submitted content called Victor and Hrakamar. I do encourage you to read that through because it is awesome.
It's
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Celeste, tell me
Hey, that's me.
about level 7.
So level 7, I finally get evasion. About frickin' time. So now whenever I have to make a dex saving throw, if I succeed, and you would take half damage for succeeding, I would take no damage. So, which is nice. So
Against all saving throws or just
dex.
Oh, okay, dex ones.
Yeah. Which you make us do a lot of dex ones, so hopefully that'll come in handy.
Pretty much all the AoE attacks, I think, are well. I guess there's some con, but most of them seem to be dex related.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw or to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw and only half damage if you fail. So I'm always only ever going to get half for dex saving throws.
Yes, that's true.
Unless you
And-
use up her reaction and then do something else.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes a reaction.
No.
It's just always on?
It's just always on.
Wow.
Yeah. No reaction.
Yeah, it just says when you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you never again take full damage from a dex spell. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nope. And then the other probably more exciting thing is my sneak attack goes up another d6. So now I should roll 4d6
Good lord.
to kill things.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Frightening amount of damage.
So it is. It's a very frightening amount of damage. All right. So now I guess I need to roll my hit dice. I can just hit this roll button, right?
I think so. I'm not sure if that rolls.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, let's find out. So Heather's actually using the character monster, so I'm looking
Ah.
at that to see. Yep, that just rolled a straight.
yes,
Yeah, okay. You rolled average.
Yeah. I don't know what my con is. So hang on. It's at the top. Plus 4 makes 9.
Mhm.
So 9 hit points. So that brings me to a whopping 76.
Nice.
Double of Mannix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I get.
Sweet. All right. Let's go to Mr. George. Tell me about level 7. Hey, Mason, glad you could catch the first time live stream. Excellent. That's a lot of catching up when people do that too. There's
That's a lot of
50 some sessions to get through.
So, because I took 1 level of rogue, I'm actually a fighter 6. But I will go fighter 6.
Right.
All I get is ability score improvement. I haven't decided what I want yet, though.
Fighters just get more of those?
More what?
Of the ability score improvements?
I don't know. Compared to other people?
Yeah, normally everybody gets them at level 4, 8, 12, I think, is how it goes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't get another one till 8.
Yeah, but I know fighters, I think, do get extra ones.
4, 6. Yeah, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, so you get them every, like, 2 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Okay.
So, of course, I'm going to add 2 points to something, but I don't know if I want to take a poll.
Chosen one subscribed. Welcome, Chosen one.
Is that?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I said I didn't quite know what I wanted to put it into.
You get a +2 to one of them or +1 to 2 of them? Is that?
Oh, yes, that I know, but I mean, like picking which one.
I can't help you there.
What could George? Let's see. Let me think of what fits in his backstory.
Thematically, what makes the most sense?
Right. Thematically, I don't remember any triggering events.
In this fight?
Yeah, I mean, he just did what he did. He did some fishing, but
Whatever raises your to hit chance because you do a lot of that whip sorting.
I know. I was thinking about that. Just go up on my strength.
Which is what? Just strength. Yeah,
I think
strength
about
would
more hit
increase your to hit and your damage.
Right, or get more hit points. But yeah,
That's
let's
true.
just do strength. 2 points to strength. So
We can all be glass cannons, right? No problem.
it's 18, which is a +4 modifier now.
Nice.
All right. And I know we all keep saying this, but what do we click to roll?
I just straight up rolled just a dice.
It's
rolled a
1d10
D6.
plus a.
Oh,
Just do the
modifier.
straight dice. Don't do the modifier, and then we'll add the modifier after.
Boom.
wow!
Boy,
Talking about not
Nice.
getting any more hit points. You rolled 10.
that's impressive.
And so my con modifier is a 3.
Yep.
So that brings me up to 70.
Yeah. God, you're only just
Just
now at
what I-
70 though. Fucking, how does the rogue get more than you?
I think she started out with a lot of constitution and
She's had an 18, but Jesus,
I mean, my last few have been pretty bad rolls.
have they?
Hey Raymond, I think you forgot the 1d10 and it just says rolling d10. That's why it says 10.
Didn't actually roll.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was trying to pull a
Mm-mm.
fast one. How can you? Okay.
How do you even
I
do
think-
that?
Well, I use that little toolbar on the left side.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think
I
that
use.
actually works. Yeah.
Does that
Make it
work?
work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look and see because usually you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Usually you can
'Cause I was
mouse
looking
over.
at, I was comparing it to Chris's and it didn't look the same.
Yeah, when I did it said roll. I wonder if I clicked in a different spot than he did, maybe.
Maybe.
Like I said, you know, on the left side, you got the arrow, the ruler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how I usually do my dice.
Icons of dice. So I just did that one. I don't know what that means. Roll it with
What is fudge?
What did you rolled an F?
No, if you go to that roller, some of the options are one of the options is fudge.
So you rolled fudge.
Oh, it is.
I don't know what that means.
I don't see fudge. You're all rolling terrible on your fudge rolls though.
I think that's the point, though.
Fudge it.
I'm rolling 5 fudge and I only got a 3.
Oh,
Let's pretend it's
right.
different.
Squirrel.
All right, so George got the 18 strength. Mr. Bristlebeard, tell me about level 7.
All right, so level 7, I get one more spell in the level 7 druid.
Slow down there. One more spell.
I know.
you know.
I thought about. I think I'm picking out Ice Storm, but I also thought about Polymorph
Mm,
because we all need a T-Rex in our life.
more dinosaurs.
Yeah. More
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
Polymorph is always a hard one to pass up.
Yeah,
Because then you could also just make them like a goldfish.
Yeah, we've
um,
never seen it done offensively. That's
No, we haven't. It's because they get a saving throw.
they do
can
get a
fight it,
save.
and
Yeah,
It's always easier to just be like, well, I'd rather just have 100 more hit points.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It also makes the description in there.
Yeah, there's like a checkbox you have to do, I think, to make it. Chris was doing that a
Okay.
second ago.
Well, here you go. Until then,
Hail of rock hard ice.
rock hard.
So this is Ice Storm. Okay. Takes
Of course, where's the cold damage?
creature takes
Oh,
2d8
okay.
bludgeoning damage, but it rolled 2d6 here.
So it did.
4d6 cold damage on a failed save. So they take the bludgeoning and then they get the save for the cold. Difficult terrain. Okay. So it's an ongoing AoE damaging cylinder.
Yeah.
Nice. Range 300 feet. Good lord.
Is it 46?
4d6.
Not in
cold.
there.
If you, Reese, if you go to the spell and right above the description, if you got the gear on, looking at the spell details, right above the description, there's include spell description and attack. You can turn that on and that put it in the
Oh yeah, it's like a drop down menu.
yeah.
Where at?
Right above the description. Like where the box where you type the description in, right above it, there's there's a line that says include spell description.
Okay. The description's on there. I'd already cast it before then.
Ah.
Thanks. See. There we go.
There
Now
we
it's
go.
all
Yeah.
clear.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I'll roll for hit points. So I might get polymorph next time. I don't know.
Pressure's on. We've had 2 people roll max freaking hit points.
Well,
And then 2 roll averages.
2 average. Yeah.
Yeah.
So +4 on my con and +1 for Hildorf. My minimum 10
Your minimum 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
brings me up to 76.
Woo!
Hey.
Wow.
What does Heather have?
76.
It's an arms race.
Yep.
I should have taken the Constitution modifier.
I know your fighter is tied. Your fighter is at 3rd place back there, behind the rogue and the druid on hit points.
We work out a lot, man.
Yeah.
We're swole.
Swole.
We're lifting rocks in the back of the group.
Part of me wants to do my con because then I get 7 extra points, right?
Oh wow, that would put you, wouldn't it? You made your choice. You didn't do enough cardio. You're sitting there just doing reps, busting those weights.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, you all finally made it back onto the Schultz map. That old hex grid. From the steady stone staircase rising for several hundred feet, you finally emerge back into daylight for the first time in several days. Instead of the tropical jungle, however, you're greeted by a cracked and blistering wasteland. The dwarves called it the Valley of Lost Honor, as they were forced to continually cede ground to the encroaching fire newts over the last several decades. Over the next several days, you travel across this wasteland, scrounging for meager supplies where you can. And by the way, Mannix, you just want to roll for your divination die at some point.
Oh, I do.
I'm kind of
Yes,
doing like a
thank you.
montage here, so you all are obviously getting the effects of a long rest. What?
Holy shit.
What? Double 20s?
I like it.
He has seen the light.
Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Double 20s. Yeah.
This is the DM reaches across and checks your dice. He's like, what is this going on here?
He's
Double
still weighted.
20s. Auto crits on 2 things.
Oh, yeah. Give us some crits.
Now, what's funny is I could
Or
make you
take
do
it
this.
out on a teammate.
I could make you do this like several, because don't you have to do them every day?
That's a good question.
Or or you get to bank them? I forget how that works. I'm not gonna make you re-roll, but that's.
Like if it's either like you.
Is it a use it or lose
you
it?
may.
Do you get to bank them?
Let me look it up. All
right. Either way, I won't make you re-roll them. So over the next several days, you travel across this wasteland, scrounging for meager supplies where you can, while enjoying the relative safety of Gillian's hut at night. You are, however, constantly watched as the fire newts don't make any effort to conceal themselves from a distance. They also don't try anything aggressive and never approach closer than several hundred feet, typically appearing as a cadre of mounted warriors in the distance. And you count far more fire newts than what you all escorted out there. So you're definitely seeing, like, at one point, like, posted small armies or something. But they kind of keep their distance. You might see them, like, on the horizon, you know, as a little phalanx or something. And it's just kind of, they're just watching you this whole time.
Okay. We don't recognize any of them from the Precamar, do we?
I don't know if you even would recognize them.
How racist are we towards fire notes? Are they all look the same to us?
Yeah, and they're certainly all dressed, and they don't really dress. You know, they're in very much like carbon copy military garb. So even, yeah, and from hundreds of feet away. So the odds of you, even if you could recognize, would be pretty slim.
Especially for a racist like Mannix.
That's right. That's also
Right.
true.
Mannix already thinks most things that
all
are human.
fire newts. Yeah. Mannix,
Hashtag not all nudes.
at some point during that first day of travel, your sending stone that is tied to Zendala receives a message.
How did I last leave off things with her? Was I mad at her? I feel like I don't remember.
She
one night stand.
So she met you all outside of Oralunga, where you actually came out of Oralunga and saw that I think you called her to that place, and then when you came out, she had arrived. She had kind of like subdued Azaka.
Blown up a dinosaur.
She'd blown up a dinosaur. Yeah, she kind of things were getting a little testy, and then you kind of explained the situation, and then you both actually went in and talked to the Oracle, and she was wondering where her father, Artus Cimber, was, why she's in Chult, and the Oracle pointed her towards Omu to the south, and she opted to just take her own path because you're well aware now that she can polymorph and fly
away.
Yeah, and she seems to enjoy being on her own.
Slightly more powerful wizard than I thought she was.
But that is the last that you have heard of her at this point. But now that you have a message on your sending stone from her.
New stone, who dis?
New stone, who dis? It's a reminder of what she looks like. The message states, Mr. Mannix, if you're still alive, I believe I've located the lost city of Omu that the Oracle spoke of. It's sunken into the jungle, surrounded by 100-foot cliffs, nearly impossible to find from the ground. My flyby was limited when I was attacked by gargoyle statues that line the walls. The city is in ruins, but far more intact than Oralunga. No sign of my father yet, but I've seen some red-robed figures crawling about. I believe we will both find what we seek here. I look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, she got the hots for you.
I don't think she likes me very much. Okay.
She did, as a reminder, she did actually pay you also that previous meeting. Some kind of
all of it? Everything she owed me, or like
no,
half?
I think it was some kind of advance. I'd have to look up my notes for that, but
Yeah.
I think it was a partial payment.
Right. So I'm not sure Mannix would still be here. It was the full payment. Okay. And red robed wizards. Those are right class.
Mm-hmm.
You got blades for them, I gather.
At the sound of like the words red robed wizards, Celeste literally becomes a statue. Like radiating disdain and anger.
All right.
Not like a bronze statue.
Yep.
A literal flesh statue.
Oh, she's broken. I guess we gotta leave her here, guys. All right. Well, then I guess we got nowhere to go but into a sunken city.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, is right.
You all haven't had any nightmares in the last week that you've been kind of on the water and then underground, and your sleep has been relatively undisturbed while inside the hut. So it becomes very terrifying when you begin hearing the familiar trio of old women whispers when the sun gets low one evening as you begin setting up your camp. And it just sounds like they're right just all around you. And their voices say, "Ah, I see them! The valley!" It seems they survived their trials at sea and underground. They're getting closer now. A persistent group, like the last one. The beast still haunts. Indeed it does. Lost them at sea, but should be closer now. There'll be no escaping this time. The voices recede.
Oh boy, that's
Mhm.
they're yeah. The metal dog thing that tried to kill us was theirs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, you all got after like the second nightmare episode, you all fell into your own like kind of personal hells, and you felt them, the Sohn sisters take like an essence of you, of like a trait or a what do you call like a bad trait? I'm trying to think of a flaw. From all of you, and like putting it into like a cauldron almost, and like mixing it together, and that seemed to infuse this creature, and then it set off to hunt you all, and you all encountered it. I'm having to do like this is like a recap episode of now that we're back in Chult. It caught up to you all. Previously on, whenever you had reached the this would be that part of the episode where you see the recap of this particular moment, like, why is this relevant in this episode?
And you're like, why are they doing it previously on this character from like 3 seasons ago?
From like 3 seasons ago, yeah.
Right.
It's gonna come up. You encountered this construct bestial creature when you reached the heart of Ubtao, and it seemed to do a number on you, and then you were teleported to up to that floating heart thing by Valindra Shadowmantle. And then from there, you were able to actually teleport back to Port 9 Zara, so you kind of lost it for a good chunk in terms of getting ahead of it.
Yeah.
And obviously, you were on the water.
All right. Well, we might have to deal with them sooner rather than later.
After several more days of travel, you finally stop seeing the fire newts. Vegetation begins to grow between the cracks in the ground, and the air grows more humid. A shadow passes overhead, and you flinch, remembering the dragon, but when you look up, you see a small flock of winged dinosaurs, which pay you no attention. Finally, you can see the jungle beginning in earnest a few miles ahead. As you approach, however, a startlingly loud wolf howl pierces through you, then another. The ground begins to rumble a bit as you see giant humanoids approaching. Their wolves reach you first, their heads as tall as yours, teeth bared in snarls, blue mist wisping out of their mouths. The giants approach you warily, a trio, 1 male and 2 female. Their skin is pale blue, and they're carrying human-sized axes and wearing horned helms. Each is dripping with sweat. Get you a picture of what these look like. You might say it was something like this.
Okay.
One of the giant women strides forward. She does not raise her weapon, but stares at each of you. Small folk, we are looking for someone. Are any of you Artus Cimber?
Artus Cimber. No, the name rings a bell, though. What's your business with him?
She gets down on one knee, and she still looks down at you all. And you see the wolves still continue to just kind of stare you down. Says,
I'm staring down one of the wolves.
Okay. What do you know of Artus Cimber?
Can I, as they're asking me, can I use some sort of what's it called? Perception, or what's the skill for people?
Insight?
Insight. There you go.
Perception for people.
Checking to see perception for people. Insight check to see if I can tell if, like, I don't know, these creatures are, if they seem like they're asking us in a hostile manner, or if they're just like trying to gather information, or if maybe they're going to chop our heads off if we don't give them the right answer.
Sure, yeah, you can see like how menacing they appear.
Yeah, which I believe I can flip my jewel down. My jewel eye.
Flip that jewel down.
Give myself advantage on. Are they humanoids actually?
Giant is actually its own classification.
Oh, okay, so that wouldn't work on these guys then. Okay. Well, just a regular insight check then. 15.
They don't appear overly menacing. In fact, they look just more annoyed and uncomfortable, and you can tell like sweat just is dripping off of them, and they're kind of wiping their brows, and they look more annoyed than anything else. But well, if you want to give me a roll for how much you know about frost giants, that would be probably
Sure.
related information.
History?
Give me one second. Where is our... Let's see. History or nature could work.
So let's go with history.
Okay. You feel that it wouldn't take much provocation to upset them. They're not particularly nice. They wouldn't even probably think twice about, fighting if they knew that if they knew that that would lead to what they want.
Yeah.
And obviously, you would also know that frost giants are fairly powerful.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
little metagame knowledge there, but and obviously the wolves that are with them do not look like normal wolves either.
Right. Okay. Say, well, I do believe we might be able to help each other, my friends. See, I'm looking for Artus Cimber too, but probably not for the same reason you are.
At that point, her eyebrows shoot up. But she seems to be like staring at you very intently. She was kind of like taking you all in equally, but now that you said that, she's locked on.
See, I was hired to find Artus Cimber, but what happens to him once I find him? Well, that's not really any of my concern.
Who looking for Artus Cimber?
It seems like a lot of people are looking for Artus Cimber. The people who hired me to find him. I'm gonna try to lie my best here. An outfit out of what's Baldur's Gate.
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Me.
Why they want to find him, I don't know. They just want to know where he's at. But see, here's where I think we can help each other. This jungle being a dangerous place, I think that I might be able to discern his location at the same time as you, and you might be able to do whatever business it is you have with him before I can say I found him.
She scrunches her eyebrows together and says, "How are you tracking him?"
The old-fashioned way, asking people, tracking down leads, seeing who's seen him, who hasn't seen him.
Magic.
Followed him. Magic.
You are
followed him all the way down the coast.
You are a hunter of men?
I'm a tracker of men, not necessarily a hunter.
I mean, that's my job.
I think I have a general idea where he might be headed, and looks like you folks might be wanting to head the same direction.
She nods. Says, can you... Where is he now? Artus has ring. It should belong to frost giants.
Well, you intend to take a ring from him?
We'll take what should be ours.
All right. Well, as far as I see it, that's between you and him once we find him. I tell you what. I've got a general, and this is where we are on the map, at the edge of this mountain range.
Yeah, just about.
I've got a general trail that I am tracking using my skills, magic and otherwise. Heading eastward. If you all would like to travel with us, act as something of a vanguard, you all look fully capable of defending yourselves out here in this godforsaken jungle. I'm sure you hate the heat as much as I do. Then I will continue to track him, and as soon as we discussion with the ring, and I can be on my way, my merry way, saying that I did in fact find the man.
Roll a. I guess persuasion, but you can use. I'll let you use whatever skill actually you want to use. I'm thinking that was persuasion.
Acrobatics.
I danced my way out of this social encounter.
Yeah, my best would be perception. Can I perceive that I said these words really well?
I'll give you advantage on the persuasion check.
All right. Well, that's okay.
19, nice.
Advantage.
Yeah. Woo!
Wow. We just have a stare down for
Yeah.
a long time.
She appears to consider this very slowly. And then she says, little man can take us to Artus Cimber. He is close. We have been in jungle long time. We are not enjoying it.
Neither am I. Close, yeah, close. Well, close is subjective.
That's all this very well.
It's really more an ish.
How many days do I think it's going to take us 50 miles to get to Omo?
We could say like 2 days. I've been kind of skimping it up a little bit, but yeah, this is abstracted at this point.
Okay, I'll tell him. Maybe 2 days worth of travel. At least where he's currently at. I can't guarantee that he try to move in a different direction by the time we get to where I think he's at now.
Although with a giant stride, we could get there faster.
That may be. If you're up
They
for
have human saddles.
Yeah. Can we ride you?
Subtle, guys. Real subtle.
Looks like your backs can hold at least 2 of us.
Hey, I didn't say it in my Theron voice. It doesn't count.
One of the
That's right.
one of the other. Are you really gonna say this some kind of proposition like that?
Not the writing them bit, but
Leave the saddle part out.
yeah. Let's discuss like writing them later. For now,
Oh,
just the part
writing it that way.
Yeah, that's right. For now, just the like travel to where we think he is. They can come with us, and once we find him, they can have their discussion with him. I'll tell him. I'll be honest with you. If you folks don't have a good way of tracking a man out here in the jungle, your odds of finding him on your own are not great.
Thanks for the subs, I'll go for it. One of the other giants seems to lean over and kind of say something to her, and you can kind of pick up. It just sounds to the effect of like, let's, give it a shot. We're sick of being out here and everything. And she seems to nod and kind of stand up. Says, very strange small folk. Find searching exactly what we need. But you lead us to Artus Cimber. Maybe we not eat you.
Maybe we won't eat you.
Yeah, maybe nobody eats anybody in a perfect world.
One of the portly frost giants says, nobody?
There might be a dog thing coming for us. Y'all can eat that.
Don't mention the dog thing. My plan is for them to fight the dog thing without us.
How many frost giants are there?
There are
Right
3 frost giants and 2 of their big wolves.
Are they riding the wolves, or the wolves just with them?
No, the wolves are like y'all size.
Mm.
And these are
Me and
giant.
one of the wolves are having a stare down.
George draws his blade and attacks.
Roll for
Not
initiative.
wolves. Yep.
I feel stronger. Let me test it.
I'd also tell him, like, listen, to be honest, once you find Artus Cimber, we'll probably be long gone by the time you can do business with him.
At that point, she kind of puzzles and says, why are you tracking Artus Cimber but want nothing to do with him?
Because I'm being paid to do it.
Who
I'm
paid
being
you?
paid to provide. It's a group out of Baldur's Gate. Didn't get a name. Perhaps they're after the same thing you are, but by the time I send his location back to them and collect my payment, you'll probably have whatever trinket you want off of it long gone.
He's no trinket. Artus has Ring of Winter. We shall take Ring of Winter to cover this world in snow and ice, and frost giants will reign as gods. She seems almost like zealous at this, like her eyes are shining.
Oh, well,
Guys,
I, for one, welcome our failure.
Would you like to join our ice club? It comes with free popsicle. The popsicle is you.
guys, I'm cold-blooded. I can't handle the cold.
Okay.
we have to kill them now.
We do have to kill them at some point. Phoenix is realizing now. We probably can't actually let them have this Ring of Winter and cover the land in ice and snow.
Winter is coming.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
Said in a Colossus voice.
That's right.
All right, Manix, use your brain. Figure out how we can split the giants up, and we'll kill them one by one.
I say we let the giant we do what we tell them we're gonna do up until Omu. We see if we can, if the opportunity arises to be if we get into combat and we can maybe separate one of them, take them out, we have the others knowing, tell them it was happened in combat. And sort of whittle them down that way.
I don't know, there's a snake out there or something. Look, he's dead, all right? Just leave him.
Or best case scenario, that metal beast attacks us and the frost giants have to fight it. And maybe one of the frost giants goes down in that fight.
Hey, we can always just tell them, like, if it does attack, that if you die, then there's no way they're gonna find him.
That's right. Yeah, they have to defend us because I'm their tracker. And yeah, I think we got to leave the zealous one alive because as long as she thinks, or it was the zealous one that she,
The one that's talking to you, yeah.
yeah. If she thinks she's going to get the ring, she'll probably be all right with one of her compatriots dying along the way.
Yeah. We're heroes.
Yeah, that's some good dark thinking there.
How do we betray our new friends?
And not to burst your bubble, but I think you're inflating your personal necessity a little bit too much.
I mean, they don't know. I mean, it's all bullshit that I can't even try, but they don't know that.
They seem to acquiesce.
Fantastically made them believe that you could.
Yeah.
That's right.
With following you all for now. She introduces herself as Ison, and her compatriots are Boffrey and Frayed. And As you all travel into the jungle, she recounts a tale of how her brother, Droofy, was sent north to also search for the Ring of Winter and attacked a whole town to attempt to find it, but he did not survive. She said he was a fool, but then she got sent to Chult, which she sees as a horrible way to get rid of her, basically, just to forget about her because they think that she was weak because her brother failed. And obviously, no frost giant wants to be anywhere near this tropical peninsula.
Well, I'll play up the fact then that she really needs to find this ring, no matter what it costs. Even costs her buddies.
Yeah.
Should we tell her about like the little frozen orb that we saw that one time? That way she really knows that he has it and we've seen it. So I mean, that's really gonna make her like us.
Oh yeah, we did find that like frozen field at one point. That was probably him. Yeah, we'll tell the story about how as we were tracking him, we came across that frozen. I think there was a person or a creature frozen in there too, right?
Yeah, there was like a big area, and there was like some frozen tigers. Looked like they were like attacking like a space that wasn't there. The whole area was frozen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll tell him that story.
Yeah. She nods and says that is only fraction of Ring's power. Some small human can only do so much with it, but Frost Giant can cover land in snow and ice. Just goes off on another tangent.
Sounds great.
You will be most honored slave. Friend of Frost Giants.
Great.
Mr. Mantis.
Mantis.
Just clearly not paying attention.
That's Dr. Mantis to you.
That's right. Dr. Mantis Toboggan at your service.
I can't say the next one.
Oh, but you can.
He's got
Yeah.
an active dog.
All right, so you all spend.
So we are. This is a little bit of universe building here, I suppose. Outside of, are we aware of the giant attacks that happened in the world in the recent past? Because
Probably depends on how.
Happened all over.
Yeah, it probably depends on how much your characters are keeping up with current events. I don't know what kind of. I mean, I imagine the entire giant uprising was a pretty global catastrophe, so you are probably aware of that. You might not have known specifically about the frost giant attack in the northern. It might have been just a more like giants attacked everywhere. Maybe some of you did know. It just kind of depends on what you want to know. But you would definitely recognize that of the whole giant thing that happened for sure. I actually forgot what the timeline was. I said it like in session 1, but I don't remember how long it's been since Storm Kings.
Yeah. Well, I'm at least aware probably of the fact that they were running the frost giants themselves were running up and down the coast.
Yeah.
Just destroying cities.
Yeah.
Killing people.
Yeah, you might not have heard of maybe you have heard of this Ring of Winter. It's not like an unknown thing. And even Artus Cimber is not an unknown entity either. He's kind of a famous adventurer that everybody has kind of fallen off the face of the earth since acquiring this ring. You also suspect that the ring must have some kind of longevity powers because Artus is like a hero from like way back when, to where he probably shouldn't even still be alive.
Okay.
So you're not for sure because there's a lot of different rumors and lies and questions about what the Ring of Winter is and what it can do. Nobody's quite sure about it. But you're pretty sure that something odd must be happening with Artus's connection to it. And that's the one thing people seem to know is that the last person that had the Ring of Winter was he.
Okay.
As
we're traveling, I'm gonna be sure to play up like I'm doing magic stuff. Oh yes, he's still there.
Tracking. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, as you all make it into the jungle, you're still kind of following the location that you had learned. I believe you got it from a combination of the Oracle and from Valindra, I think, in terms of putting this on the map. And then that message from Zendala seemed to kind of confirm like the exact trajectory you need to get to Omu. So as you make your way there, you think you're even, you find like an old road that's now kind of overgrown, but you're making your way towards it. And you think you hear like waterfalls in the distance, and to where you can even see like ahead of you a couple 100 feet, like this overgrown like archway and what look like stairs descending down like into the jungle floor. But as you see that in front of you and just kind of all walking together, a creature makes a snarling sound, seems to materialize directly in front of you, and you recognize the predator steel construct that has been hunting you from before, just directly in front of you, almost like waiting for you in front of these stairs, and just lets loose with a giant scream that goes through and pierces all of your ears. And I'll be moving you all onto this map shortly, but the giants and the wolves are with you.
Defend us.
Right. They seem all kind of taken aback as well. So there's going to be a surprise
Must be
round.
some kind of random protector of this jungle that has nothing to do with us.
There's going to be
this thing is also after Artus Cimber.
That's right.
And it knows that we can't even play.
That's right.
Everybody's hunting Artus Cimber. I need a Constitution saving throw from everybody in here. This is the surprise round. This is a stunning roar that's coming out just like that as it screeches and has this thunderous roar.
Oof.
Oh, I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll
boy,
that.
kids, look at this! Straight ones!
What is
3
happening?
ones in a row!
Ah, damn it.
My goodness.
It's not any better.
What is the average of 5d10?
It's not great.
25?
Half something like that. Probably maybe a little higher because I think they go one higher with the die, but yeah, it's somewhere between 25 and 30. I think.
Max is gonna roll a 20. Last time this thing roared in his face, he straight up dropped dead.
You've seen this happen.
So I'm not taking any chances. Mannix, as soon as he sees a glint of silver in the jungle, immediately just covers his ears, looks down, and gets ready.
Saw this happen.
I'm gonna use my inspiration also.
Okay.
19.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Whoa!
Hey,
George
nice.
nails it. Nice use of the inspiration. I need to do one for Gillian. And for all the giants. Jesus.
And the wolves.
And the wolves.
This is a really high save, but nobody's rolling over a 12 here. That's...
Yep. All right. Giant number 1 is a fail. Giant number 2. It's not an easy saving throw.
Nope.
All 3 giants are going to get stunned. Wolf. Number 1. Wolf number 2. All right. Who is not stunned would be the easy. I guess I need to roll the damage too. George and Mannix, I think, are the only
Mannix
ones.
and George.
Yeah.
That's it. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right. So everybody else is going to take 23 damage. George and Mannix, and is stunned. And George and Mannix, you take half damage and are not stunned.
12.
11, I think. Do the.
All right. Yeah. All right.
And then I need everybody to roll initiative.
Good luck, everybody. This thing's gonna eat you. I'm
It's gonna
running
eat
away.
you first.
That's the last thing I hear before I die.
That's yep. Oh God.
That's the last thing you hear before I die.
Yep. Sure is.
Everybody's little stun symbols. Alright, initiative for the wolves, really bad. Initiative for the giants, also kind of bad. Initiative for Gillian, pretty good. And initiative for Mr. Predator, which is going to be a big deal. Oh, not too good. Yep, stunned is bad. So, let's see who is not stunned. So Mannix and George are not stunned. So those of you that are stunned, all you can do on your turn is try to repeat the saving throw.
Dear Lord, a 19.
You said it was con?
Yes. A sonic boom.
Okay.
Nice, nailed it. So you get unstunned at the end of your turn. Does somebody want to roll for Gillian's save? What is her modifier?
I can.
She has a +2.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright, she's good too.
Wow, look at this. Getting unstunned.
Odds of that coming out.
I know. Theron. You.
All right. Well, I have a +7, so there's no way I can fail it twice in a row. Just absolutely.
No way.
Oh! Look at this. 3 for 3 on the unstunned.
Go from a critical fail to critical hit.
It's feast or famine.
Wow.
I wish I would have saved my inspiration.
Wow, the 2 unstunned guys went after the freaking Steel Predator who rolled 10.
Yep.
All right, on its move, it's going to see if it can recharge first. Cannot.
No.
Actually try to switch to it. All right. It is going to run up to George, and it seems very laser focused on you all, barely registering the giant allies that you have.
The wolf. You have advantage on the wolf.
Yeah, he does. The wolf is not what it's hunting. Well, you're not stunned, so it doesn't have advantage on you, so it
I know, that's why you
will.
go for the wolf.
Yeah. It's going to attempt to swipe you with its claws. With both claws. Claw number
Ow.
1. Yep. Claw number 2.
Oh man. Oh, 30. Jesus.
30?
Christ.
Jesus.
I'm remembering why we ran from this thing last time.
Yeah.
That's a plus 12
And
to hit.
it's also going to attempt to bite you. Now you can do. Oh, it's critically failed to bite though.
Wow.
You can do any of your little fancy fighter moves.
Yeah. Not that it'll do much. I mean, it's a 1d8.
Reduce the
plus
damage
2.
by a little bit. Yeah.
So it's a 1d8 plus 2. Oh, no.
Hey.
Wow.
So 27 damage, looks like. Right.
37?
Yes. Well, he subtracts 10 from it.
Oh, yeah. You parried one of its claws. That's kind of a cool visual. Those creature just comes at you once, and the other one you manage to get your sword up just in time to deflect part of the blow. And then when it tries to chomp in with its head, you manage to like shove it back far enough to where it can't even hit you. Viciously comes at you. All right. All the giants can do is try to get out of their stunnedness, so they're going to repeat their con saving throws. Oops, not the steel predator.
Mm.
Switch the thing around. Giant. All right, number 1 was not successful. Number 2 was successful. That was the Ison. And number 3 also successful. So 2 of the giants managed to snap out of their stupor. Yeah, and they shake their heads and look very irritated. You imagine they are not used to being stunned. Mr. George.
If this thing didn't do so much damage, I would suggest now's the time to kill one of the giants.
I know.
What a great idea, George. Let's do that. This is a great timing for that. George is like, all right, guys, now's the time.
We were going to betray you all along.
I can't get a flanking bonus with this wolf, huh?
The wolf is stunned, unfortunately. It's like,
Well, I'll lead the way for something to happen, but dances around the wolf.
24 will hit, George.
I don't like how you said that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah,
That was a good hit. I don't want to take anything away from it. That was a good hit. For 8 damage with your magical blade.
Yikes. I won't hit.
Not so much. Oh, George, we forgot. You've got your shell sword for... well, it's not a spell, is it? Never mind. Or is it a spell? It says spell and other magical effects.
Yeah, but this. What was this? Was it a roll?
Yeah, that's true. I guess it wasn't a... No. I mean, you probably should have argued it with me.
You might have lost.
you might have lost, but it's worth giving it a shot. I probably would have given it to you. It's always worth a shot, man. 16 will not. This thing has like armor plating all over it.
Okay, it's the end of my turn.
All right, the wolves have to repeat their saving throws as well.
Does it look almost dead?
Negative and negative. The wolves are not quite as good at getting out of their stunned predicament. Mr. Mannix, with your impressive 2 initiative.
Are you doing both wolves together?
Yeah, that was the 2. Oh, I was on Frost Giant. Sorry. Yeah, those were those 2
I only saw
saves.
one roll.
You did one
Yeah,
roll
he's-
for 2 of them?
Oh no, I have 2 on my screen. I rolled an 8 and a 13.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, we only see the 8.
Oh, weird.
All right.
Oh, weird. Wink.
Yeah.
Hey, you can watch the video. Like I cannot lie, unfortunately.
So which giants? These 2 are not stunned.
Correct. Yeah, the ones that are right next to you are now shaking their heads off of the effects and glaring up at that beast.
Okay. I'm going to yell, "Oh no! This thing's trying to kill us all!" I'm gonna run backwards behind these frost giants, and their backs are to me, right? The
Yes.
frost giants. All right.
I stabbed them in the
am going-
back.
Close. I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force on this frost giant.
Oh boy.
And the illusion that he's going to see is that razor spikes are firing from that metallic beast into him.
Isn't that just gonna make him scared?
They're frost giants. They don't get scared. He'll want to kill it.
Okay. So you are having a illusion of this creature firing spikes at the giant.
Yep. And as such, the giant will take damage because he's perceiving himself to take damage.
He gets a saving throw, right? This is the intelligence
No,
one?
actually, I misread that. He can,
Oh.
as an action, investigate it if he doesn't think it's real. Target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence check against your spell save DC.
Well, the second sentence says the target must make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
On a
sorry.
failed
Yeah,
save,
yeah,
you create a phantasmal object creature with a visible phenomenon.
There you go. I just misread.
So
that.
that's if it wants to like solve the issue of is this a, which I think that's
Yeah.
true of all the illusions. They can spend an action to use investigation,
to try to
try and suss it out, which probably depends on the intelligence of the creature too, if they would even think to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so intelligence save, and
Of 14.
imagine frost giants aren't terribly intelligent.
I hope not.
But it could roll a fucking. It's got a -1.
I
We can't see your rolls at all. You're
Why are you
only
not
rolling
seeing
to
my
yourself.
rolls?
I don't know.
I think you're only rolling to yourself. Did you change a setting?
I don't think so.
Well, tell me what he rolled.
I rolled a crit. It was a crit 20.
Oh,
But it's funny because it was a
great.
19 because he is a -1. That's why I laughed.
You tell me the truth. It just popped up.
I'm watching the video.
Oh, you really don't believe me?
No, we
kidding.
literally can't see your roll.
Let me try and roll
Of course.
like a. Let me roll a strength saving throw.
There you go. That showed up.
Yeah, that we can see.
Okay, weird.
I don't know why I did. Yeah,
Let me try and roll it from the
Alright.
sheet again. Do you see that one?
that one. Yeah, that showed it. Yep.
Okay.
I don't know why those two didn't show up.
Yeah.
He tried to do something fancy, and this is what happens.
It's like the one time I tried to like switch my token to look like the creature, and then that apparently screws the rolls up.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to use my bonus action to attempt to hide behind this.
Yeah, you do know that that creature, when it roared, it obviously did affect the giants as well, so they appear to be pretty pissed about that.
Yeah, I was hoping to just do some damage.
Yeah. Yeah, without like direct damage.
I guess the thing already did do damage to them, but
Yes, yeah, they definitely took
More
damage from it. They look like they took the brunts. I mean, all of them failed that saving throw.
yeah.
Um,
All right, I am hiding behind a frond.
as you do.
As I do, I do not have advantage, so I probably did not hide.
Oh, with a 10, yeah, you step on a loud like
Yeah.
some monkey's tail that makes a loud screeching sound, and every single person in the jungle just turns around and looks at you. Top of the order with Kaless.
Okay. So, I really don't want to stay down here in case it gets that charge thing back and then it does its thing again. Alright, I'll just come up here.
Just don't stand in same place as everybody else.
Cone
Yeah,
shaped
that's what I'm like. I'm
formation.
gonna move up here. Because if it gets a cone, it's not gonna be able to hit us from up here next to it. Which I get advantage because it's within 5 feet of George. Oh wait, that gives me my sneak attack. Never mind, hang on.
If you go up when you get flanking. Oh wait, no, sorry, the wolf.
No. Never mind. I'm gonna go here. Now I get flanking bonus, which gives me advantage.
Yes.
Damn it!
16 does not get it done. 1 and a 7.
About a 17.
17 does not quite get it done. It's the armor plating. It seems to have you perturbed.
Damn it! Well, that's all I got.
I guess I need to have somebody control Gillian. Who wants the honor? Or do you want? Or do you know what you want her to do?
I'll do it if no one else wants to.
Sheet is
Sinks
yours.
into a pit.
6 into it, yeah.
Okay. Give me half a second here. Oh, that's painful. Okay. Second blades.
Well, she's looking at that. One of the giants, the Ison turns towards you, Manix, and just says, "This some kind of trick, small man. You lead us into this monstrous creature." Oh no, dropped.
Small man ran away.
I have frightened him into submission. Lost Chris's internet. He really did hide. There he goes.
Alright, you know what? Let's just let me go over to her spells, see what she's got.
Chris, I don't know when you dropped, but the frost giant was trying to talk to you.
Oh, what is he saying?
She turned to you because you weren't able to hide and just kind of ran by. She said, "You try to trick us, small man. You lead us into monstrous beast." And then one of the other giants says, "Pretty bad trick. He look pretty bad from the attack."
Yeah. If we had known it was here, do you think we would have been hit before you all? We were standing in front of you, remember?
Yeah.
This thing's not with us. I can guarantee you that.
The camera's zoomed in. It's just dramatically.
Guarantee.
Rack focus.
Do we think this thing is really Dexy?
Yes.
Who the fuck knows? This thing seems to be good at everything.
I'm trying to just like go through her stuff here and see what she has.
It doesn't shatter do more damage to constructs or something like that?
That's what I was trying to read real quick.
Or is it stuff just made of... If it's made of metal, this thing's made of metal.
Certainly is.
Creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on this saving throw. All right, shatter it is. And you know what? We're gonna cast this bitch at the 3rd level.
You do 4th level.
Does she have a 4th level now?
We didn't officially level her up yet.
Oh.
I'll use her monkey to make it a 4th level.
Yeah. I mean, she would technically be 4th level. We just didn't go through the motion yet.
All right. So.
Say that her monkey's got some kind of ghostly qualities now, because that monkey would be fucking dead.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the monkey would very much be
head exploded.
Destroyed by the...
Yeah. So
right.
normally,
you
can see as you're using this on the construct, it's got some kind of magical protection around it that would warrant giving it advantage on saving throws against spells. But since you can impose disadvantage, because of the shatter, then that is just a cancel out. Constitution.
Good at magic too. Good against magic.
Deal. All right.
Mhm.
Hopefully this will roll. We'll see. Actually, let's try using my drop-down menu because that seems to work better. Con. All right. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately. Now you know what its con save is. So that's half damage if it succeeds. 21. 10.
Yes.
All right.
10 damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to move her anywhere or do anything else?
We're gonna move her back between the giants. Yeah, well, how about here?
Okay. Mr. Theron.
Right. Well, first cast Flaming Sphere. On him. 2d6. For awesome damage. Then I will use my bonus action to transform into an Allosaurus.
Okay. Where do you want to put it? Because it occupies a 5-foot space, and you can ram into it with a bonus. You can ram it into him with a ram him using a bonus action.
Actually, I'll just go ahead and ram it into him without changing.
And determine the 5 feet must make. Yeah, as a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. If you ram the sphere into a creature, creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage. The sphere stops moving this turn. So tell me where, or I'll just give you control of it. All right.
Can you just ram it onto one of his spaces?
Yeah, you just tell me what square you want to end up with it, because anybody near that square will take damage.
Right. Well, someone's gonna be taking damage no matter what, so maybe I should leave it there for now.
Okay.
So in that case, I will go ahead and transform.
Transform.
And take
Damage.
second damage.
Yeah. As you feel
He's
your
remembering the rules.
metallic bones shift in place. Pain is agonizing.
Sure is.
It hurts so much.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hurts so good.
All right, Mr. Steel Predator. Now that he's surrounded by foes that he wants to kill, I'm gonna go ahead and roll it to see if he can get his thing back. But I think even if he does, he's gonna. Oh, he didn't get it back anyway. He is going to attempt to claw at Kaless. Very poorly. He is going to attempt to bite you, Kaless. Somewhat
Damn it.
betterly.
Somewhat betterly.
Oh, for crap damage.
I can't see the damage.
It's like hit or miss. Like we
Weird.
saw
What is going on?
Damage.
All right, 9
You
damage.
gotta stop doing whatever you're trying to
I
do.
don't think I'm doing anything differently. And then he's gonna claw at George back there, kind of whip around in a frenzy.
Oh, I uncanny dodged that damage, by the way.
Okay.
However much damage that was.
What'd you roll?
19 on George.
I think that hits me.
Looks like you have an armor class of 18. Unless you have some fancy
Oh.
maneuver you can do.
No. How much damage did it do?
12.
I'm gonna parry that.
We saw that 12 too, by the way.
Weird.
Wow.
What the fuck? So weird.
Alright.
Well, I submit as evidence
Go back to my
this video feed.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, So 1d8 plus 2. So minus 5, so 7 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's it for the Predator, which means it is going to take the Flaming Sphere damage again. If you want to roll that, Theron. Or wait, does it get a Dex saving throw? Yeah, it gets a Dex saving throw.
Does it look as though the Steel Predator is taking the full amount of this fire damage?
Yes.
Okay. 3.
Even worse than last time.
I rolled a 21 for the Dex save. I think it takes half of that.
Yeah, it takes half of that.
All right.
Full 1.
Oh.
Spell doesn't really scale very well, does it? Okay, Frost Giants. One of them needs to repeat the con save. Frost Giant, where are you? Shit, I have him. Okay, 21, so it actually does end the stun effect. And then the other two, Ison strides up, grabs her. What do they have? A great axe. Strolls up to this thing. Says, "Nobody does that to my frost giants." And swings down with her great axe. Oh man, all that. She swings down and just clang right off the armor, and her eyes go suddenly wide. And she's like, "What manner of beast is this? Armored." The other one, I love that their ability is just rock. It just picks up a giant rock, from the ground. Fucking rock. I mean, it's supposed to be like a boulder, I think. Just picks up a giant boulder and attempts to hurl it at the creature.
You rolled a 17, by the way.
That is a 25 for the rock.
Rock that.
Rock the Casbah for good damage. 24 damage.
Yeah.
Yay!
That hits it square in the face, and it makes this kind of weird, like, very modified bestial sound. Kind of gets hit by that thing. Mr. George.
Let's see. What should I do? I think I'm gonna attack it.
It's
That was
good
me
choice.
stalling, by the way. Okay. First attack.
Should I talk to it? Should I?
23 will hit, Mr. George. 13 solid damage.
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on.
But wait, there's more.
Okay. So I can only use one thing per turn. Does that mean each? This is still the same turn, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't use another maneuver, right?
Well, you're on your next turn, so anything you used the last time you were up doesn't count.
Right.
Right.
When he attacks me just now,
That was technically your last turn. So like each time you begin your turn, it's the beginning of a new turn.
Oh, you mean
Your
when you
turn
did
goes
yours as
through
a reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, your reaction started over at the beginning of the round. The round is the new turn.
mm-hmm.
I can imagine you're limited to, like, if you use it as a reaction, you can't use one on your turn. That doesn't seem right. So I would allow you to use a maneuver on your turn.
Okay, well, I'll look it up, but okay. In that case, I want to try to trip.
Trip him.
All right.
So it's one superior die. All right, so the saving throw is a 15 now because my strength went up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll do a D8 because no matter what, I'll add that to the damage.
Huh. What's your proficiency? Is still 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a strength
Yeah,
save.
you haven't let us level up that much.
Yep, a strength.
All right. It does look pretty strong, but we'll see. Ooh, rolled pretty bad.
wow.
So you trip it to the ground.
Mm-hmm. That was 14
Imagine-
damage.
Imagine George like slides under it, like takes the sword and like ankles
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh, so +1 damage from the trip.
Yeah.
the point was you tripped it though.
That's right.
Yep.
It's hard like leg sweeping a steel beast.
But hey, he's prone now for everybody. So.
He is prone now, yeah.
So extra attack. Do this. Oh.
Oh wow! Look at George go with the crit with the advantage on the prone steel predator. 13. Look at you go. George has had enough of this shit.
Yeah. Thing laid into him, and he's got
Yeah.
the bloodlust.
Oh, put your sneak attack on one of those.
I already
He used it earlier. This is still his same turn.
Well,
I used my first one. I should have saved. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, George is going ham on that.
That's it.
If you end next to the flaming sphere, you're gonna have to do a deck save and.
Okay, forget that then.
Okay.
I was just trying to make more space for people, but
Yeah. The wolves have to just repeat their saving throw again. They're still stunned. They're having a hell of a time. Boy, they are still stunned. They're just slathering there. Mr. Mannix, and we'll take a break after this.
Okay. This creature. I take. Actually, wow. 5, 10. Let's see. There we go. So it looks like there are, at least on his back, maybe like steel plates that form like fins on his back or something like that.
Yeah, make them faster.
That's right. Well, one of them is about to hurt him.
Uh-oh.
Mannix is going to raise up his new gauntlet, the Morden's gauntlet. Like the Thanos glove.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to start heating metal.
Ah.
There's no save on this. There's no attack. It just happens.
Just
Manufacture
happens.
metal objects, such as a metal weapon or a heavy suit of medium armor you can see within range. You cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. Here's the important part. If a creature's holding the object, which I don't think this creature can drop what he's made of.
Mm-mm.
If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
nice.
I think you are supposed to be able to cast it on an object and not on a creature, but I kind of like where your head's at with this, so I'm going to allow it. You're targeting a part of it,
there's
yeah.
gotta be like plates on it. If he's made of plates, there's gotta be like
Right, because you have to have an ability for him to basically, which I could argue that he could like shred his own thing if I wanted him to, but
right, maybe.
yeah. But yeah, so you heat up like one of his fins, like glows red. So what does he takes 2d8 now? And then when
yeah.
you can use a bonus action to
On my
cause
next
this
turn.
damage again, yeah.
But while he's heated up like this, he's got disadvantage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that 2d8.
All right.
It's fin up.
9 damage.
Nice. And you'll have to remind me that he's got that effect on there. All right. As we begin the next round, let us take a break. And also remind me when we come back, I've got our last character poem to read. Who has not had a poem yet? All right, back in a few. All right, we are coming back from our break. Top of the initiative order, battling Steel Predator with a bunch of Frost Giant allies is Kaless. You currently have a prone armored creature that is part of its body is glowing red hot.
Forgot I had to turn my mic
Wait,
back
the
on.
monster's glowing?
What?
The monster's glowing red hot?
Like one of its fins, Manix heated part of its body using Moradin's gauntlet.
Is there a poem?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
read the poem.
Oh, the poem. Thank you. The poem. Pause our battle music. That's why I have you guys to remind me. So we get Theron's poem this time. Final character poem. Yeah.
I'm the only one left.
Yep.
Please pick me.
Theron, Metal-Laced Mayhem Master by Jason Scott. From Harak Hamar's fiery maw, a ferocious force has been unleashed. A druid turned to primal law, and with bones in metal sheathed. That's a cool stanza, man. Theron's many savage guises much injury have brought. When Theron's Saurus rises, havoc is always wrought. Let's not forget how gruesome is his massive wall of thorns. Zarum, the vain pirate captain, was by it to pieces torn. Good callback. Then in Theron's arsenal is an attack most perilous, a bonk that hits like a missile. It invokes shades of Talus. Also a really deep callback. Damn. That's impressive. Theron can devastatingly strike foes even mystical or ghostly with deadly natural attacks or a powerful shillelagh. Now the dwarf has of softness been cured. After freeing a domain of fire, an experiment he has endured and become a threat more dire. Theron's sacred druidic vow keeps metal from wrapping his skin, but thanks to albino dwarf know-how, his bones are now adamantine. So now when Theron makes his shift into a shape monstrous, the pain of his harrowing gift could lead to results more vicious. His allies, who have known Theron throughout his grueling quest to be a steadfast companion, wonder if rage his sense will best. Theron's old friend Hugh gave him a gift that will haunt his composure. He may be best to get rid of it and avoid nightmare exposure. With his band, Theron dares to seek a Serac to the death, curse, bury, and ruination wreak in his full metal fury. Hail to you, Theron Bristlebeard. May your strong will avert disaster. You are even more to be feared, a metal-laced mayhem master. That's awesome, man.
Very
So cool. All
That's cool.
of our character
It
poems.
does bring up a question. Did you give that statue to your buddy? You've been carrying around that statue forever.
I forgot how we resolved that, to be honest.
I don't remember.
I don't think we remember.
The items have always been a joke.
It's a plot point. Yeah. All these items that I thought would be a great idea at the beginning of the campaign turned out to be just the dumbest, worst things. All its trinkets were just so stupid. All right. Very good job. Yeah.
Does my 22 hit?
Yes, it does hit. Absolutely.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Oh, man. 21.
Ah.
Sink your blade into its side. Oh, she crits with the dagger.
Wow.
I do like nothing.
That's the dagger of venom, right? The magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a magic key.
All right. I mean, it looks like y'all are doing some wear and tear damage to it for sure. Looks like it has been reduced quite a bit. And yet it does not seem to give one crap about its own grievous injuries.
It's not gonna.
It never stops. Gillian, I just realized you've got 2 characters in a row, Heather.
You're dead.
Yep.
That's right.
Would Gillian think she'd be able to like dispel the magic on that creature? Like, kind of like, I guess maybe because it was created with magic.
Technically, but the spell magic wouldn't do anything here. If it had some kind of ongoing magical effect, dispel magic could do something, but right now the only ongoing magical effects are ones that you guys made, so the flaming sphere and the heat metal.
Okay. In that case, then let's do. I guess we could just do shatter again.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do it at a 3rd level.
Normally it has advantage, but it would have disadvantage against shatter, so we're going to do straight con save.
Doesn't it have disadvantage anyway because of Manix's thing?
I think that is a
It's ability checks. Not saving
disadvantage.
throws,
Okay.
Okay.
It's attacks and ability checks.
It barely makes the save.
So it'll take 8 damage then. And then for her bonus action, she'll give Bardic Inspiration to it's coming up. Let's see here. To Theron.
Bagpipes have inspired you.
Does that add to the... What is it again?
You add it to a roll.
Okay.
It's like a D8 that you can add to an attack roll.
Like any roll, I think. Attack roll, saving throw, ability check. I think any of those.
Yeah.
It's a D8 currently, yeah. Take it away, Mr. Theron.
Alright. My bonus action, I'm just going to move this flaming thing out of the way. I'm going to back up. What is it? 30 feet?
I love the visual. Just da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Over here.
And you do have advantage on attacks because George knocked it prone.
Okay. I'm going to pounce on it.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you literally jumping on top of the token.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. Yeah.
pounce a creature that's already on the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's actually an 8 and a 25.
Wow.
I just haven't
Oh.
rolled it in there yet.
The
Oh,
plus ones.
yeah.
And then to
You
hit
have to, like, alter
plus.
the monster sheets, right?
I think I actually copied, and he's got his own sheets for these wild shape forms. So I think you can jack with them.
Yes.
Yeah, that-
correct.
That's your bardic inspiration. It's supposed to be a D8.
Okay. I haven't. No.
That's something else.
extra
Okay.
damage.
Oh, that's his metal.
Metal skeleton.
His metal bones. So 20 damage.
Yes.
God damn, son.
No, that shouldn't be 20
Oh.
damage. It should be. Sorry, I rolled the wrong one. It should be the bite or the buzz. Yeah.
Oh, right. 'Cause claws
So
for
that should be the damage plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So 14. But don't you get to do the
And
bite
then-
if you get the pounce off?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you use that one if you want.
Okay. Plus another d6. All right.
Holy
Good
crap.
one.
So
23.
23. Wow. That's a
23 plus
lot of
14.
damage.
It does feel good to do a lot of damage in one turn. And he's. Well, he's already prone.
He's still prone. Yeah, he hasn't had a turn yet, so. All right, is that it? Hopefully, a lot
Mhm.
of damage. All right, well, it will stand up. Being prone, it's very angry about that. Can I get my thing back? I have legitimately not gotten it back. He's got a 30% chance. There he goes. Now he gets it.
Mm.
What's the best way to do this? God, it really can't move. It's too much of text of opportunity.
Well, it can. I mean,
Yeah. It's real dicey. Frost Giant alone could do some terrible things to it. Um. All right, it will. It's gonna go here, which will trigger attacks of opportunity from Kaless and the Frost Giant. So you all can do that. 26 will hit. 7. Let's see what the giant can do. I'm not switching it, so it still says Steel Predator. Giant rolled a 16. But Kaless, you did hit it for 7. Alright, and then it's going to unleash the stunning roar, but you guys are not quite in a good position. Let's see, how can I flip this to make it work?
How can I do it the most number of you?
Yeah.
If you stack back further, you can take.
I know, but I'd incur even more attacks. I don't want freaking Theron to hit me again. Good lord. It's awful.
I mean, is it really gonna die?
I think this is my best shot right here. Kind of angles it from the side.
Cups his paw around his mouth.
Ventriloquist it.
I'm over here. All right, so we're gonna do a stunning roar on George, 2 frost giants, a wolf, Kaless, and Gillian. So I need con saving throws from all of those things that I just listed. Yes, George, remember your shell sword. I will give you advantage. Ooh, look at these 19s dropping
Wow.
down.
Wow.
My goodness, they've come to play.
Ah.
We're gonna get killing.
Still so high.
Let's do that's very
Yeah.
high. This is for Frost Giant number 1. It's an 18. That's close. Frost Giant number 2 failed with a 15. Does a stunned creature automatically fail? I don't on saving throw.
It fails something, but I don't know about con.
Strength and Dex. Okay,
I think it
still has its
fails
Constitution.
strength and dex.
All right, so the wolf. All right, it's
Yeah,
gonna.
strength and dex.
All right,
Not.
so Gillian and all of my NPC. Wait, what?
Wow, you rolled real bad.
I rolled really bad damage. 10? Are these dice broken?
Now.
2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Are you kidding me? That's embarrassing. So those of you that made the save take 5 damage. And everybody that failed takes 10 damage. That's so terrible. Jesus.
Wow, D10, and you didn't get 1 dice above a 3.
No, I didn't. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Yeah, it kind of growls and there's like hiccups. You seem to have the damage you did seems like damaged its like voice box or something.
The voice box.
Yeah. Everybody is stunned that it was in here except for Kaless and George, though. Jeez. All right, so it takes damage from stuff, I think.
He takes damage from the sphere.
Sphere. Does the heat metal go? Or no, it's on your turn, isn't it, Manix? That it takes damage.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that?
Fortunately, he didn't do anything on his turn that would require a roll, so he didn't get disadvantage on anything.
Right. Well, I guess you'd have disadvantage on. Or no, it's only attack rolls, right? That it fucks them up.
It's attack rolls and ability checks. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Can you roll the damage on the flaming sphere, please?
I did.
I don't see
just got
that
an error
roll.
message. I just got an error message or roll 20.
See, okay, roll 20 is fucking things up.
Yeah.
I
it's-
was.
What was the damage?
11.
All right. So 2 of the frost giants just have to repeat their saving throws.
He gets a dex saving throw.
Whoa. Okay, I'm getting that too. I'm seeing like my dice repeat themselves and rolling again, like after the
Really?
fact too. Yeah, there's some weird lag going on in roll 20 right now. Okay, I just saw your 2d6. Yeah. All right. So con save. See if the giants can break out. That one does. Other one does not. It's a 19. And then this giant will also attempt to hurl a rock from back here. This is nasty. And where's my giant? And that rock just barely misses as it flies
Oh, man.
overhead. Yeah.
That's his AC, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Then we go to George. Creature looks pretty fucked up now, though.
George is gonna move here. So he gets his flanking bonus. Attack number 1.
22 will hit.
Attack number 2.
Four will hit.
Slashy slash.
Yeah. $11 will not.
Oh well. You know what?
Actions.
Try it again.
24 will hit. George, how would you like to destroy this monstrous creation?
You just see George go into this flurry of sword swipes. And the thing like dies, but he still swipes, not knowing it's dead.
Just clanging on metal, taking chunks off.
Yeah.
He heats metal up so hot with his sword slashes, it just bursts.
You find you collapse its like skull, and you see like beneath everything, and you kind of peel away almost incidentally is like a fleshy eye inside of it, and one of your sword blows like stabs into the eye, and you hear the like old women voices around you suddenly cry out in unison, like no, no, no. As you seem to just, and when you stab it, it doesn't bleed at all. It almost just like puffs dust and just kind of withers and like melts away.
Well, actually, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want the giants to know that we knew what this thing was all about. So we're going to keep our mouth shut about what that was and what that might have meant.
Yeah.
I'll turn a glaring eye on the giant and be like, you brought that with us.
Yeah. Was that after you? Certainly wasn't after us.
It was attacking you.
We're smaller than you.
Yeah, we're clearly easier prey. Must be some sort of guardian of this place. Right?
What is this place? Where are we?
My understanding, it's some sort of old abandoned city. Maybe this artist Cimber fella is it artist Cimber? Which one is it?
Artus Cimber.
Cimber.
Chris Perkins says Cimber.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think
him artist
I think
Cimber.
it's artist Cimber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This artist fella.
I've heard Cimber, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think Cimber was what I was using during Storm Kings.
Oh yeah.
But this fella or this artist Cimber fella might have been taking some sort of hiding out in this abandoned city. Who knows? He's still here.
I hope you know. You lead us this way. Fight terrible creature. But we best it. Small folk would have died without us.
Certainly. And you would have been nowhere near here.
Hey, we killed it.
Yes. Karen was looking away. Yep, we killed it there.
One of the giants pets the wolves distressingly until they finally pop out of their poor stunned state, which they were in for this entire combat encounter.
They never did anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
How damaged do these giants look from that one scream they took? I mean, I know the giants are hardy, but
Giants are pretty hardy. They definitely look like they did take a pretty solid hit, though. They're still kind of like shaking off the effects and pretty annoyed. The wolves actually look like they took a pretty good chunk too. In fact, they were locked down for a while.
do we think we can take them right now? I don't know how. We haven't taken any of them down yet, but I didn't expect for the beast to go down without killing any of them, so. We'll see what other dangers we encounter. Maybe something else dangerous will kill one of them.
Yeah, maybe we could talk to him later. Perhaps.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Mannix is racist against giants. Probably never seen a giant before.
I know I'm racist.
But yeah, never seen one, but I know I don't like them.
Mannix, from out of your periphery, what is your perception? Passive perception?
Passive perception is 18.
From out of the bushes to your north, or the ferns, whatever the drain forest has, you see a man. Looks about middle-aged, just kind of hunched over in like a tracking pose, but eyes straight ahead, has a bow strung Currently looks like he is aimed at a frost giant, and you see a figure next to him is a creature that you've never have no idea what it is. It looks like a humanoid dinosaur and has a giant sword strapped to its back and appears to be kneeling down with him.
Oh, this has got to be him then, because when he, who told us that he was traveling with some sort of weird lizard man?
Yeah, you heard rumors
Somebody told
about
us
this.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this has got to be him. I am going to try as nonchalantly as I can, stepping like just to the side, lean on a tree, something like I'm resting. I'm gonna point my finger like underneath my arms and cross it into those fronds, and I'm gonna message to him, and I'm gonna say, "Artus Cimber, right?"
You see him suddenly jerk and look around in a very serious. Yeah.
Don't react.
You see a little bit of like
Giants
fern
don't-
like shake a little bit.
Yeah. The Giants don't know you're there. They're here for your ring. I assume you probably could have guessed that.
He doesn't seem to react to that, but he's looking around. And you're not stealthy at all, right? You just kind of lean back somewhere in the open.
Yeah, the only thing I'm stealthy
Okay.
about is trying to like hide the fact that I'm pointing my finger in the general direction of those fronds because I have
Okay.
to point for the spell.
Sure. Are you kind of looking in that general area or no?
No, I'm just looking away.
Okay.
I'm just sort of not even like, yeah.
Okay.
But we're not with those giants. The giants probably intend to cut you to pieces and take the ring off your pile of pieces.
Not my pieces.
We, however, are just here to find you. You have a daughter, I presume. You can just nod yes or no.
So are you looking at him then? Because to me it sounds like you're trying not to. Yeah.
I guess,
That's what I'm trying to get at.
This point, I have to.
I mean, you don't have to, but
I will just sort of nonchalantly just sort of,
because he also doesn't seem to know where the
turn-
message is coming from either, because he's trying to figure out like who's even communicating with him. So
Okay. Well, I'm not
Use your owl.
getting any.
Use your owl.
I could. Yeah. I'll send my owl in that direction just for. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with him quite yet, but I'll be not making it obvious that I'm looking at something, but looking off into the jungle, but there happens to be, in his general direction.
I did mention he's got his bow drawn and aimed right now at a giant, so he seems like kind of an Overwatch mode currently.
Yeah.
I'll try to get the giants to come over to the dead mechanical thing and be like, "Here, take some of this for your armor."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll start
okay.
ripping it to pieces. They look like people who would enjoy ripping apart dead
A big
creatures.
metal creature. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
While you're chatting,
Well,
you notice
Alter-
one of the wolves seems to be sniffing towards his direction.
Oh shit.
I'll flick it.
I'd change of plans. We were going to lead these giants in your general direction, hoping they got killed by some sort of, jungle dangers along the way. But seeing as you're here and they're here, and we don't necessarily want to fight a bunch of frost giants right now, I propose a new plan to you. You need to get out of here because that wolf's going to notice you're there in just a few moments now. And these giants are going to cut us all to pieces. Or you slip away and you meet up with us, say, middle of the night tonight. We'll slip away from the giants, come back about 2 miles back the direction we came from, west of here, meet up with you.
How does this
We'll
message
have
spell
a-
work exactly? Is this a constantly like rain of
Target, here's a message. You can reply. Yeah, it's just, it's me, like a, what do you call it? Walkie-talkie.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a sentence or how does it work?
It just says whisper a message. I could, I suppose, keep casting it.
Okay.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I don't necessarily, now that I'm looking at it, I don't have to be pointing directly at him. It can travel around corners and through openings.
But does Mannix know that? Or is he just supposed to do the
No,
finger
yeah.
guns? Just like, hey, you.
Hey, you. Your daughter sent us to find you. She's ostensibly worried about you, paying a lot of money to locate you. These giants, however, don't have your best interests in mind. They intend to, like I said, reclaim your ring. So you can just nod along here, yes or no, agree or disagree. But you slip away now, and we'll meet up with you later and try to give these giants a slip.
What did you tell him about the meeting place again?
Like 2 miles back west, the way we came from.
Okay.
I don't know, how late in the day is it right now?
It's getting pretty late, probably at this point.
Yeah, so I don't want to go farther into Omu.
Yeah. You guys technically aren't in Omu yet. You're still outside. Like the stairs are kind of up ahead, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to kind of nod slowly and very slowly kind of puts his bow down. And he turns and seems to whisper something to his companion, and they both seem to slink off more just into the bushes. But you notice the wolf continues to kind of poke in that direction.
Oh no, I flicked it.
You flicked it?
Yeah. Like, just get its attention. Like, hey.
Okay.
Stop messing around.
It turns around and looks at you curiously.
I say, sit. I'm a very scary drow.
The wolf bares its teeth and speaks. Do any of you speak giant?
Oh.
No.
These wolves speak?
Maybe.
How smart are these wolves? These like the Striders where they're way more intelligent than that went bad for us last time.
Yeah,
I don't speak giant.
It seems to say something at you that you don't understand. But you're a bit startled that this giant wolf creature just seems to speak at a intelligent level.
I could cast Comprehend Languages, I suppose. Yeah, I'll cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
I hear him begin to speak in a language that I don't understand.
Right, yeah. It says to Kaless, basically, what? I smell something. Small folk. More. Something else. And the giants both kind of look at each other and then look at the wolf and seem more interested in what's going on here.
Probably us. I'll kind of saunter up to the wolf.
Does that let you speak giant?
No. So I'm speaking common.
Okay.
So maybe the wolf can't understand me, but I can understand him.
Common looks at you. The wolf looks at you and speaks very broken common, which is also unsettling, and says, it's kind of like Planet of the Apes style. It's like, know your smell. Different.
Oh. Well, we did encounter.
Say, know your smell, Chris.
Know your smell. Shit, I don't know my smell.
George has no choice but to take a dump in the bushes.
There we go.
It must be him then. Sorry, he does that sometimes. And, he has one smell. His dumps have an entirely different smell.
You've gotten
So I
very
gotta
well
apologize
acquainted.
for that.
He only goes like 2 feet from camp to do it too. It's just
It's terrible.
The stench is just so strong, the wolf can't handle it.
The
and
wolf
has
gives
to
up.
Right.
Walk
I mean,
away.
At the very least, it's got to cover up what the trailing smell of Artus leaving.
gives off kind of a whimpering sound.
Oh man!
Apology. It's his post-battle ritual every time.
He
I don't understand it.
cleanses himself of the battle rage.
It's also terrifying when he does it.
That's right.
The body must be
It's
flushed.
like some kind of victory dance. I don't know.
Shakes
Turtle
the
thing.
bushes. It's so high, it just shakes the bushes.
Yeah.
One of the giants turns around and says, I have to do one of my victory dances too. It goes off into the bushes.
Oh no. Everybody take a poop break. It's fine. I think we sufficiently distracted them, right?
I think so. Yeah. Everybody seems confused. Everything else. But the lead giant turns to you, Mannix, and kneels down and says, "You are still leading us to Artus and the ring. We find them soon, yes."
Absolutely. As Mannix is saying this, he's realizing there's a pivotal flaw in his new plan, and that's that apparently these wolves can track smells. So if we try to ditch these giants are probably going to come after us. So mid sentence, Mannix is like, "Yeah, sure, we're going oh fuck. Okay, well, yeah."
Well, with pass without trace, we can only be tracked by magical means, and the sense of smell is not a magical means.
Yeah, okay. I like it. All right. Well, we didn't have this conversation now because I'm talking to the giants.
Yeah. We'll have it in Gillian's hut later.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is.
It may require magical means to even get away from them. I don't know if they are going to have guards set up or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'll tell the giants. Certainly, I detect. I'll do some Professor X motions. I detect is in that city somewhere. I won't be able to get a closer read until we get into the city.
Like, make it good. Flip your glasses down and make
That's
all the
right,
different colors come up on the lenses.
The lenses out. I'll hold the gauntlet out and put it up to the wind and point in a certain direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yep.
They seem decently mollified. You all travel for maybe another couple miles before it gets to be dark enough to where you have to set up camp for the evening. How do you all want to try to handle this situation? If you want to handle it, or you can just wake up with the giants. It's up to you.
Well,
but you are now at the outskirts of Omu. You have reached the stairs leading downward, and you can see the cliffs beyond. I'm not moving to that map yet because we're getting to the end of this session, but
we are presumably all in Gillian's hut, and the giants are not.
Mm-hmm.
So that affords us the benefit of we can see them, they can't see us. And we can have
they also wouldn't be able to hear us, right?
Yeah, we can have a free conversation about what we're going to do. But I will explain to everyone that we have, in fact, located Artus Cimber, and he's a few miles back the way we came. And if we want to actually find him, and I do, we're going to have to slip these giants somehow.
Did you verify he even has the ring they want?
No, but I don't really care what these giants want. If he doesn't have the ring, well, I guess we could have told him he doesn't have the ring, but then they would have just chopped us off little bits anyway.
It always ends with the chopping of the bits.
Mm-hmm. So having said that, what does our situation at camp look like with the giants?
They are very close by. They seem to trust you about as much as you trust them. The wolves especially, they seem to be satisfied that the wolves are pretty much watching the hut at least, at all times, when the giants might, saunter off to take a pee break or go catch some kind of rodent to eat. Yeah, exactly. But they all stay pretty close to you all. And the wolves especially seem to be watching you all watching the hut very intently. And once night, you begin to think that the giants might actually sleep in shifts, and you imagine that's probably just part of how they operate in the jungle. Is just always having either a giant or a wolf awake to watch their little camp. And,
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Here. Yes. Situation. So at some point, one of the wolves may be asleep and the other is still awake.
Yes.
I can. So what is our? So we're our hut. Oh, here. Okay. Here's what we can do. I can make one of the wolves see the hut as here, regardless of whether it's here or not. If we can get past without trace on all of us, and we can slip out while there's only one wolf awake, I can make him believe sight, sense, or sight, smell, the whole number, that we are still here in this hut. Once we're far enough away to where that spell dissipates, or I don't know what Phantasmal Force's range is. Hopefully, the pass without trace.
It is concentration, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so it would be on until the range is 60 feet. It says,
but it's a creature. The target is a creature. It's not like I'm casting something on a thing. I'm implanting an idea in his mind. The duration is up to 1 minute. Actually, now that I'm looking at this.
Okay, yeah.
So it wouldn't be very long. I wonder if silent image would be better. That's up to 10 minutes, 60 feet, and I can create. Yeah, silent image might be better for this. So I can create just an image of something that's a 15-foot cube. So I can make the hut appear to still be here.
I thought the hut is 20 feet, though. Isn't it 10-foot radius?
Well, it doesn't have to be the entire hut. I can just create the image of the front of the hut that's facing the wolf.
Hope that wolf doesn't move at all. Yeah.
I mean, I presume they're not like pacing.
Right.
I don't know. If they're pacing like around the hut, that's a different story. And then we can use pass without trace to sort of just try to slip away into the night.
Should one of us maybe be a distraction?
Yeah. Or well,
I honestly don't want to die, but I could offer up to kind of just like walk out of the hut and head into the forest kind of in a different direction and be all like sneaky looking over my shoulder, all these things. The wolves follow, they bring the giants with them supposedly. And then, or hell, even if it's just the wolves, that makes it easier for y'all to get out.
How many does pass without trace affect? Can we even get all of us in there?
I got like 3 different spells open at this point, trying to look over everything.
Let's say pass without trace. Pass without trace.
I mean, I've got a pretty good stealth check, so if I can get far enough in and get some shadows going, I might be able to get away.
It's just each creature you choose within 30 feet of you. So as long as they stay within the 30 feet, it can affect everybody.
I mean, you could do that if you want, but with this path, the way it's worded sounds like we'll be like once we get out of vision range, we're in the clear.
Mm-hmm. All right.
As long as we move quickly.
Yeah. No one step on any giant suits of armor.
So if you guys do this, you are technically forfeiting your long rest, but I will give you a short rest because you're doing this in the middle of the night, presumably.
I'll take a short rest.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Well, we'll have Gillian play her bagpipes too.
Yeah. all the warriors' bagpipe music coming from the hut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's roll some hit dice then. I do need some stuff.
It does.
So you get an extra D6.
That takes me up to max. All right.
Okay. Gillian's gonna roll some for herself too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. While you guys are planning, everybody's also convalescing from that fight.
Yeah. I assume that's in our benefit because they're probably resting up like we are.
Yeah.
6.
Hopefully they're also weary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of hit dice.
All right, so go over the
That
situation.
gets. Well, I'm about to do mine. So
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
y'all don't mind me. No, y'all go ahead. I'm just gonna roll mine now. What the hell?
Roll 1d6.
There it goes. 11 and 9 makes 20.
Actually, as I'm reading the spells, I do think I need to do the Phantasma Force because he needs to think that we're still here for at least a minute, so he needs to smell us here.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to cast this on him, and as soon as we think that as soon as he believes that like we're there, we need to fucking book it. With the pass without trace on.
Yeah. How far can you get in a minute?
Well, and that's the thing. It's as far as we can get in a minute, and then hopefully the pass without trace will allow us to just not be tracked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But during that minute, he will have zero idea we're gone. Absolutely in his
If he
head,
fails
we're
the
still
intelligence saving throw.
there. If he fails it, yeah, that's right. I don't know how intelligent these wolves are, but
More than you thought, at least.
yeah. If he fails, we'll do the silent image and just hope for the best.
All right, so you're still currently in the hut. Can you
Yes.
cast spells in the hut and have it go outside the hut?
I don't know.
If I remember what she told us once, I don't think so. But hang on, I'll roll the
I'll
thing.
Step out. Leomans.
Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. So you do have to step out of the hut if you want to cast a
So I will
spell.
have to step out. All right, that's fine.
Well, I mean, doesn't technically have to step out. He just has to lean his head and his arms.
It could be like my head and my hand. My hands are what
Mm-hmm.
doing the. Just stick my hands out.
Because as soon as Gillian leaves the dome, it dissipates.
Right.
So it's all about the timing.
Yep. Everybody ready to run at full speed?
And go.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta wait and see if the dog.
Yeah. If the dog
Alright,
doesn't take the Phantasmal Force, we'll try silent him. The only problem with that is that the smell will maybe change. I don't know how animal smell works.
So,
Like 10 minutes worth of us not being there.
So yeah, you can cast the spell, and then I guess we'll just go from there with a series of things. It's probably going to still involve a stealth check with pass without trace on, just because he'd still be able to hear or smell you guys. Now you do have the
Sure.
+10 for pass without
But-
trace.
We do. But if he did hear us, the way Phantasmal Force works, he would justify it as being something else. because he would believe that we were inside that.
Okay. So at that point he'd probably use his action to investigate.
look around.
Then yeah. All right.
I mean,
All right.
the other thing we have is Gillian does have hypnotic pattern.
Keep that in your back pocket. If all else fails and that wolf begins to come on our trail, that's probably what.
So assume you want to wait and
Okay.
time it to where there's just basically one wolf out of everybody paying attention.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll pattern for a minute though.
Yeah. Exactly. It's more of a like as we're running sort of.
Yeah.
And if at any point, we're gonna go ahead and put this out there now, the wolf succeeds on his saving throw and looks like he's about to alert the others that something is going on. I guess, well, shit, she'd have to step outside of the thing and drop
Well,
it.
at
and-
that point, we're already running anyway because we're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, yeah, we're out.
Yeah. At that point,
committed.
Gillian goes out of the hut and she'll cast hypnotic pattern to keep him from saying anything to anyone else. At least she'll try.
Okay.
Does everyone know their role?
I know there's a lot of like if-thens going on here.
Hun, what you have to remember is that all of these things go off before he gets a
Like-
chance to do anything.
Right. You've all got like different
We're-
Overwatch commands in play.
Yes.
Everybody's had time to plan it out. All right, let's try and get through this little skill check sequence.
All right.
See if you guys can make it out of
Phantasmal
here.
force.
All right, so you reach your hands out of the hut
Yep.
and cast this spell. And everybody is now prepped to do something at this point, right?
Yes. Either run or. Well, we're all running.
We're all running. We're Theron, you're doing pass without trace on. That's basically
Gillian?
it, unless things go badly, and then we got other things. Then Gillian will do hypnotic pattern on him.
Yes.
Okay. What is the what is your
14.
14? Okay. Here
So I got my
comes-
hands as I cast the spell.
Yeah.
I wait to see. I wait
Man.
to see if it actually.
This is when you wish you actually rolled the ones instead of the 20s right here.
I know that would have been. This would have been the time for sure.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Intelligence saving throw on the wolf. Hopefully it shows up.
God damn it!
Damn it!
The wolf's too smart.
Yeah. Seems to cock its
Okay.
head.
Did the wolf take a bunch of damage?
Everybody took a little bit of damage from that one initial stunning roar. Almost everybody failed to save. Everybody on my end, so everybody took a good chunk of damage from that.
I still got silent image. We can still do this. Just the only thing is that if he can smell us leaving, I don't know how good his smell is.
Well, you guys all need to
Well,
start getting
the
your stuff
reason-
off because it just you cast some kind of spell and it's
I don't
realizing
think
you.
he knows that he. Does he? I don't think he knows that he failed a spell check, or he succeeded a spell check.
I mean,
There are spells that say like if they know that you cast it on them.
Mhm.
sure. There's also meta magic that says you specifically like cast it like subtly to where nobody knows you cast a spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's got a
So,
verbal or
before Eric
semantic
interrupted.
and material moment, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm basically trying to explain that it's now realizing it is you have tried to cast a spell, but you guys do have like essentially a surprise round worth of stuff planned. So
Yeah.
The
All right.
reason I ask is that Gillian also has sleep.
Oh.
So casting that at like the third level is going to be a lot of d8s that can
Do it.
put
Yeah. Do
those,
sleep.
those guys to sleep.
Do sleep. I'll still do silent image just in case one of the ones that doesn't maybe looks over here.
Hmm.
But do sleep. I'll cast silent image and pass without trace and we'll run.
Okay. So this at the third level. So hopefully this rolls right. 15. So 40 points. Does the wolf have more than 40 hit points currently?
We will find out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it does.
God damn it. Stupid wolf.
Mhm.
All right, well, summon
Oh,
image and
well.
run then. We'll see how long it takes the wolf to notice we're gone.
Looks like we're starting our next session with a fight.
Maybe, or just running away from something.
Mhm.
So basically this was the surprise round we're going through. So you did Phantasmal Force, Gillian did Sleep, Theron, Kaless, and George, you all have options of whatever you want to do before this wolf starts realizing shenanigans are going down, basically.
We're done with this top wolf.
Don't worry about it. If you want to close the distance, whatever, that's fine. I haven't made a map for this situation, but we'll say he's within 30 feet.
It's who's sleeping?
Well, Gillian was trying to
Try.
put him to sleep.
I know,
Yeah, because
but they're taking watch, right? So some of them are asleep.
at least one of the wolves. Who else is asleep?
I think we're gonna say
The
only
giant.
one of the wolf is only one wolf is awake right now. Everybody else is sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, so the
All
one
right.
wolf?
Yeah,
That
you guys
works.
were trying to shut that one wolf down so you could escape.
Oh,
All right. So if
Welcome to the
Theron's
planning
popping, if Theron is popping, pass without trace on, so that way we can kind of slink off and not be tracked by magical means. Kaless will cast darkness on the tip of the nose of the wolf. So, like, the very tip of its nose is the
Okay.
point that she casts the darkness on, and it will be enveloped in a giant sphere of darkness. So that way, one, it won't see which direction we go, and two, we'll have pass without trace on. So hopefully, it'll take a little while for it to figure it out.
Yeah, basically, it's as far as we can get before the rest of them wake up at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't stop it from yelling. So it's a
No.
30-foot
Yeah.
diameter sphere that will engulf. And even if the giants are sleeping like close to it, I mean, it's gonna
It'll
engulf the
help.
giants as well too. Yeah. So even if he like tries to walk around to wake everyone up or try to see where he's going, he's now going to engulf them in this magical darkness that they cannot see out of. And yeah, that might help. And then we've got pass without trace on, and we have a chance to at least get ahead of them.
All right, so Theron, assuming you're casting Pass Without Trace, and assuming everybody is running and staying within 30 feet of you, I will need we'll need all of you to give me some stealth checks.
Okay,
Don't forget to add 10.
that's right. Wait, I don't know why I cast it twice. I don't think I clicked it twice.
Oops, that
Oops.
was mine. And now I'm going to roll for Gillian's.
You mean
I forgot
Gillian
this
didn't
was-
roll a 29?
No,
Shock of it all.
Gillian does not have a plus 11 to stealth. She has a plus 3. She did get technically a 27.
Yeah,
so.
there's some phenomenal stealth rolls, even without the plus
So
10.
roll- it
Jesus.
ranges from 27 to 39. Our stealth numbers
Yeah,
currently.
that's crazy. Okay, so you all,
I roll a 9.
Theron
Yeah, you are the weak link.
drops that pass without. You had to cast the spell and run at the same time. It was a little more difficult.
That's right.
You drop that and run out. The hut disappears behind you. But you all have the magical silence surrounding you. The wolf doesn't seem to care about vision as much as hearing and smell, but you all are able to kind of ghost out of there real quickly, and it seems more perturbed by the darkness enveloping right now. So you all make it.
Before
just-
Celeste does our darkness, George flings poo at the wolf.
just to try to confuse him on the smell. George is now half monkey. Flings his own
Just
poo.
kidding.
Is he making new poo? Or
It wasn't George, it was Thaddeus, his flying monkey.
Oh, okay.
You've trained the monkey to
On
do
command.
janitorial
handful.
duties. Yeah. Thaddeus, maneuver number 6, please.
The poo fling.
The poofling.
He flings poo at the wolf's nose.
Yeah, you guys run for a couple minutes, just dead ass run through like underbrush. What direct? I mean, are you trying to run into Omu or away from Omu? I'm just trying to know for like next time what the hell I'm preparing.
Towards where we told Artus Cimber we'd meet him.
So back into the jungle.
Back into the jungle. Yeah.
Okay.
More places to hide in the jungle.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully, the idea being, if the giants, well, no, the wolves can track us. But I was thinking, maybe hopefully the giants will think we've gone into Omu, so they won't come in our general direction. Well, no, we got past that trace house.
No.
They don't know where we went. Yeah.
So they're gonna think we went into Omu.
Yeah.
Good.
How long does Pass Without Trace
Let's
last?
go through and beat up. 10 minutes. Or sorry, my darkness lasts 10 minutes. By the way.
Okay, Pass Without Trace lasts an hour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys run for a couple minutes, and then you start hearing the wolf howls behind you, but not like they're chasing you, but
At least 10 minutes.
Okay, just that it's that you hear it like coming from behind where you ran from. So you imagine they've at least alerted to the fact that you guys are not there anymore. But for the moment, there is nobody chasing you, but you guys still kind of run and run and run. And then at some point, an arrow comes shooting out of a tree trunk and kind of pauses you all, stops you all for a moment, and you catch your breath, and you see this dinosaur man walk up to you with a very serious expression on his face, and he's got his sword in his hand, and it is pulsing with like holy light all around it. And the man has got his bow, and he doesn't have it up anymore, but you can tell he just shot an arrow, and he lowers it down, and he says, "Hey, folks," and that's where we're going to end our session.
Sorry to ruin your storytelling, but how did he see us if we were passing without trace?
That's a good question.
It's a good question, but he's got some powers, which should freak you out.
He's got the magical means.
He's got the magical means. He can also not be tracked by magical means. So I know he's been able to find him. So that is the time we have for this week's session of Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Thank you to all our wonderful fans for watching. Go to roguewatson.com for recaps. Patreon.com/roguewatson if you'd like to support the channel. Patrons, please vote in the poll about if you would like to see a Halloween special, because that would probably be next week. I'm thinking about running another cool like one-shot Halloween special. If you're interested in that. So we're live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we'll see you next time.